Ladies and gentlemen, the First Pass of Exile race is over, and you won't believe what happened and which class actually won, and especially what kind of build and tricks they applied to win the race. Now, first, how does a race in Path of Exile 2 work? Bottom right, you could see the sign up, press on join, create a new character. It's going to be solo self-found. And as you make your character, everyone will load in at the beginning at the coast and be motionless until the race begins. And the goal is whoever kills Act 3 Doriani first. But there is a kicker to it, because if you die, this is not hardcore, but if you die, players will incur a penalty upon death where they will not be able to move until 1 minute period has elapsed. You don't want that. You don't actually want to die. And this led to a bunch of interesting playstyles where almost everyone was running around with a shield in their offhand as they were traversing from area to area, especially as they're also using the shield charge to get their character faster forward to just zoom through the areas they're in. Now let's start with a big surprise who actually won, and that's Mr. Angormis on a warrior with a level 28 only in 2 hours and 28 minutes from Act 1 to Act 3 Doriani kill. That 2 hours and 28 minutes is 30 minutes faster than the next best warrior, and to put crazy on top, Lightspeed King is the fastest sorceress, and it took him 4 hours and 3 minutes to finish the whole thing. In comparison to Mr. Angormis, 2 hours and 28. That's insane. Now, what did he do different? And I'm sorry for the layout here, that's how he actually streams. And why did people even race? And the reason for racing was getting yourself the Demigod's Virtue. That's a helmet that you can turn into a permanent skin that you'll forever have. And forever, everyone will know that you at least won one of the Path of Exile 2 races. That's the actual item in question. And if you don't turn it into a skin, you could also trade it. Probably sell it to someone. Maybe for real money even. Who knows? I mean, like, don't do that though, right? Surely. Now, this Angormis fella is actually pretty insane because he's been training this race for quite a while with the multiple warriors. And he's been going for the standard hitting into Bone Shatter. What he's adding though is having always a shield with him with a shield charge that no matter what phase of the game he's in, he can just shield charge forward to just save himself some time, just traverse through every kind of area quicker. But also as he is traversing, he does actually have a shield with him. Having these annoying quill shooting dudes, he got a shield. So if he's running through an area, he'll always have the shield up. But when he's hitting with a Bone Shatter, he swaps away to his two-handed weapon. And that combination later becomes even crazier because now he has leap and shield charge, where with the leap, he also has a one-handed weapon with attack speed to make the leaping quicker, right? He goes leap, charge, leap, charge, leap, charge, and can never be stopped pretty much by anyone. And also, well, just have his goddamn shield out. And if he comes in any situation where there's too many elites or any enemies stacked, he'll just charge through and out of it. And bosses are just getting absolutely obliterated with the seismic cry into a perfect strike with a perfect timing. Look at how much HP the enemy is losing. Warrior is truly an obnoxious menace, as one Bone Shatter clears any kind of opposition out there, and a fully charged perfect strike just completely destroys your opponents. Now, what I found really interesting, though, what the Infernalist was doing. So Infernalist is the guy that dies. That it's the first non-warrior, the fastest non-warrior. So he won the Demigod's Virtue for the Witch class. And I would have said, sure, person is probably going to play some kind of minion stuff, right? Related minions, most likely. And he does have a sniper to put the gas cloud down, plus the flame wall. And we're going to see the raging minions as well. What I didn't expect is to actually see this much contagion. Because yes, he has been playing the poisoning of the enemies, and as we go further here right now, he still does the poison enemies with a flame wall, and everything kind of dies to that. Very easy peasy lemon squeezy. But as he then goes into Act 2 and finally gets his ascendancy, he did swap over to demon form, because demon form gives you this unparalleled movement where he can just keep dishing and dashing through the enemies, and then keeps up with a contagion on the enemies with flame wall, contagion, flame wall, contagion, flame wall, and get your raging skulls to just overwhelm anything that's just still there. And that speed is amazing. I did not think that demon form would be the play to actually make time. I know, sure, minions is not the fastest, but it's the most reliable to not die. But hell, he's been just demon forming around like a pro. I mean, every now and then he probably would have to go out of demon form to not die, but seems to not have any problems. Just keep stacking the stacks up, and in any situation, going crazy, obliterating the enemies with no problem. Even here, this hard part for a lot of classes. Yes, the Juggernaut, the Dreadnought, sorry, where you might die. Nah, he's just been going through, and like nothing really much was added in the long run. See, it's just the Chaos spells together with the Demon form, and that in solo self-found. So no fancy uniques, nothing special, just the standard get up setup. Absolute smooth playthrough. I guess I have to make another Infernalist and give this a try to see how well this truly works for the average Timothy Jones. Now we all know Monk is actually insane, right? We all know how strong Monk is, but Sarge is actually 30 minutes, no, not 30 minutes, an hour slower than the best warrior. And that's Ice Strike Monk going crazy. And the next Monk is another 7 minutes slower than him. But I really like what Sarge actually did. His early start is really interesting. He's been going for Contagion as well, so punishing your opponents with chaos damage, and then he's just playing that little ice wave forward that you get in the beginning, obliterating the mosses, plus the Frost Bomb for harder elites to overtake. I personally prefer going for a warrior start because the Monk works really well with a two-handed monkey stick if you get one, and then you can just play the normal warrior playthrough until you had level 16 for the Ice Strike. But hey, it's been working for him like a charm. And as soon as he got level 16, he went over to the Ice Strike and the double bell combo to then just bell, Ice Strike, Ice Strike, Ice Strike, bell, Ice Strike, Ice Strike, Ice Strike, to truly overwhelm anyone really quick. And what I find really interesting is he did add a shield to the playstyle. Obviously, as a non-hardcore player, this seems interesting. Probably this is a more hardcore strategy, that he has a bonus traversal opportunity. Because whenever he's not ice striking his opponents, he quickly presses the shield up button to have the shield out, and then he can shield charge forward to just go faster through different areas. But he did not only add the shield charge to it. As he then hit the right level, he also added the leap. So now on top of the shield charge forward, we also have the leap, ice strike, double bell going on, and well, that leaping just makes you so much faster through any area later on. It's really the thing that makes Warrior that good, that you can leap, bone shatter, and hey, who says that you can't leap, and then just really swap over to your ice strike to then leap, ice strike, and just like, it doesn't matter in how many opponents you add, you just go walk, and they're instantly frozen again. Sadly, I couldn't find any content for our Asian competitors. That's Mr. Donkatsu, who's the fastest ranger. He went to go for the Pathfinder, probably the Shattering Concoction one. We have a build guide for that in the description below, which is so strong as soon as you ascend. Probably until he got to the Pathfinder, he might have played Ice Strike, because that's really simple. Like, you can play Lightning Ranger into Ice Strike to make your way there, or just keep playing the Lightning Ranger and then straight up go into the Shattering Concoction. And for the Sorceress with 4 hours and 3 minutes, which still bamboozles me, that's so damn slow, and no one was actually faster than that. There's one dude behind him with 4 hours and 9 minutes, but again, it was hard to find like any piece of content on the source actually. Yeah, like, they've been slow. Now, I'm not surprised that Merc was also all the way up from Whole New Society right here, either with grenades or probably with grenades, or did he play that Lightning Ranger? Sure, but that's more endgame. So maybe grenades, because the playthrough is really smooth and simple and you can make all your way through. You can even play a mercenary very well as a warrior early on, because you have easy two-handed weapon damage you can get into while getting yourself tons of armor and evasion rating with strength and dexterity. There's attack speed waiting, and then you're already over to the left side again for more two-handed weapon damage and all the other stuff with stun build up. Truly, playing a warrior merc ain't even hard, and quite convenient. Now, what I'm really interested in is the second race. You got Mr. Angormis, who won this one significant, right? I mean, the next warrior is 30 minutes behind him. I will definitely have to try copying this time as well. So we'll make a solo self-found character, and then if we die, we wait for a minute. I want to see, can I do this too? How close could I get to this time, as Warrior is my personal favorite playthrough? Tell me in the comments below, did you actually try to participate in the race? Did you try to get yourself a Demigod's Virtue? And yes, all these racers, they can get all the Demigod's Virtues from every single race. So we could see Angormis with 3 like Demigod's Virtue at the end. There's no limit. He's not excluded from the other races. He can just keep going. I might actually try the next race because I'm kind of just want to see how quick can I do it myself. The problem is, again, I just actually love Warrior, so I would probably play Warrior. Maybe I would give Monk a try. Maybe the Merc Warrior I was talking about. There, you know, like I want it too. I mean, I'm probably not going to do it, but I might at least try. What do you think? Did you try? Tell me your times. And if you now want to see some of the builds they actually have played, if you want to try yourself with a Warrior or a Mercenary, give it a go. Thank you for watching and have a good time.